All right.
Awesome.
That was fun.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
Almost sounded
So,
Scottish. It's like, that was great.
so
Good.
this one, this one is being recorded. It is not live.
Yeah, but
Cool.
it's more casual. Like
Yeah.
the last one wasn't as casual as this.
I know. At the end, that's what I felt so uptight on that last one.
I'm now into a tap work. It's called a one sailing wait. This one's great because we rely on a ferry system to get here. So we always run. There's a ferry, and sometimes it's like you've got a one sailing wait. So these guys, it's another local brewery of mine here. They make this IPA, and it's great because it's like the name is perfect. It's like I love the names of some of the local beers here.
The one sailing wait.
Yeah,
that's funny. Yeah, no, that was fun. I started doing these after hours things about 5-6 episodes ago because I found that afterwards, after I hit stop recording, it just turned into just gold. And I'm like, fuck, I wish I was recording this. I'm like, well, I'm going to start recording it. So I give people a heads up about it. And then some of it's pretty good. We had one that was I had what's his name, Travis from Silver. Oh shit, I'm wearing my hat backwards. Hang on a second.
Wait, you've been doing that the entire time? Yeah. Wait, I'm going to switch mine around.
Travis from Silver, he gave me this hat. Travis from Silvercore, we talked for like half an hour afterwards.
Oh yeah.
After the episode, and we had another one we did that turned into like 45 minutes, but it's super political, so we can't post that one. We keep away from politics here. It's everybody's welcome. It's a university club. Like I mentioned when we talked earlier, I'm left. I vote NDP. I shoot guns. I don't think that's a big deal. A lot of people focus on the political differences. I'm like, and like I mentioned, I posted this on Canadian Gun Nuts. I help moderate that. It's like 20,000 people. I think 19,998 of them are conservatives.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yep.
But I think let's focus on what we have in common, and let's not worry about what we like. Elections are a while away. Let's fucking argue that week, and then the rest of it, let's just talk about guns.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, without getting too deep into that, I totally agree. I guess my one thing is I actually wish there was a bit more bipartisan agreement just in terms of some of the stuff that's out there. I'm just like, come on, everyone. Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah.
Drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay.
Man, why wasn't I do this the whole show? This is great with that backwards hat.
Yeah, it was comfortable. I wear it like this at work. I threw it on the other way when I got home. There we go. Keep my hairs down,
Oh yeah.
It's when you don't have any hair, it's hairs because you can count them. I don't think Michael's joining us for this one. Did we miss anything? I know some episodes we've done. I know Dave and we had 2 episodes in a row where we forgot to mention a gun giveaway that we were doing, so we had to do it in the after hours. Did we miss anything? I think we touched on quite a
lot. Yeah, I think we did as well. I'll tell you what though. Does this go onto YouTube? If this goes onto YouTube,
in like a week, I'll put promo whatever.
I'll send a 6-pack of this 101 Tall Faller.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a 4-pack. It's a 4-pack. Sorry.
Yeah.
Gotta watch the wallet. Just kidding. I'll send a 4-pack to the next 10. The next 10. If you should call in now. No, the first 10 comments or whatever that like and comment on there. I'll send a 4-pack out to them.
Oh, look at that!
That's pretty generous.
Generous. Okay, I'll put that. Okay, so let's let me think.
In fact, and both of you as well.
I'll put.
I gotta switch this around.
Yeah. All right. So let's make that official then. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll upload. What day do you want me to upload this?
Whatever works for you. No, just the first 10 comments on there. If they've watched this and they've left a comment and liked the video, then
On YouTube or on Facebook?
Oh, let's do 10 of each.
Ooh.
Like I said, I'll put this. I put this up on Canadian Gun Nuts, and there's like 20,000 people there.
So it won't take long. Well, that's fine.
First 10, and then whoever
first 10 on both.
YouTube.
First 10 on YouTube. First 10 on Facebook. I'll send a 4-pack of the 101 Tall Faller IPA.
Okay, and they get a hold of you how?
Just leave a comment on there, or follow me. Follow me on one of those things, and that's an easy way to do it.
Instagram.
Yeah, on Instagram. Allan Harding 10x.
Allan Harding 10x. What's 10x?
Yeah.
That's what he wishes he could shoot. No.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I was thinking. Sorry, go ahead.
So 10x. So when you're shooting, because we're shooting electronic targets, the 10 meter, the 25 meter, actually all the pistol events, they score to a decimal, especially in finals. So this would have been good during the full hour.
That's why we do this.
Wow.
We'll have to do this again.
Yeah.
So it's all electronic. It's scored up to a decimal, but because the 10 ring, there's no 11 ring, so it goes up to 10.9 if it's just dead center, and then works backwards, right? So if you just break the line, 10.0, right, and then just kind of goes back all the way to the edge of the target, which Stuart and I never hit, but
never ever.
the outside target, never. Maybe in rapid fire, but so that's where the 10x comes from. It's I think it's 10.4 and higher, or 10.5. I think that's called a 10x. And so if there's a tie, the X count is part of the tie breaking procedure in the rules.
That's right.
So and it's also
otherwise it's just tens.
That's right. Yeah. So
exactly.
They do it to a decimal, but also the X count on it, right? Yep. So and it's also the brand of ammo that I use is also 10x. Elite 10x. And what is it? There's a link right here in the comments. I'm just kidding. But yeah, Elite 10x. It's from the UK there. But great ammo. But yeah, so that's the Instagram. Allan Harding, my full name, 10x.
10x. Do you know what I thought it was?
Number 10, little lowercase x.
For like about 4 or 5 seconds, because on your website it says 4 times Canadian champion. Yeah, and it's written 4x, so I'm like 10x. Like, how conceited is this guy? Like, he wants to.
That's what it is. You know what's crazy though is that's it. So just to this is just bad. Now it does sound conceited. It's in a row, right? So it's like
Not for long though, Allan. You gotta watch your heels there. I'm coming up.
Yeah, I mean, do you have somebody nipping out? Do you have someone nipping at your heels?
This guy right here, or is he below me right now? It's like
for now.
He's just over there. Yeah, he's just over there.
Yeah. He'll stay there until I retire. I'm just kidding. No, you know what? One of the best things. Like, I've got a junior program, and I mean, it had to stop because of COVID, but I am trying to find the next sort of me that's like for someone local that I can kind of train up.
Oh, that's a burn on Stuart. That's a burn on Stuart. You're not the next Allan. Yeah, you're not the next Allan.
No, but he's not local, right? And
too many beers.
Fair enough.
Stop it, you two. What I'm trying to say is all of like the responsibility of like encouraging shooting and everything. It's got to be done at a local level, and then kind of goes. I'd say it funnels upward from there, right? So for me, I came up through a local gun club where I had no interest in shooting back then, and there was a coach there, and an opportunity was there, and I took it. Right. And it turns out I was pretty good at it. And so for me, I'm like, I want to provide that same road that someone can go down, because if I don't do it and no one else is doing it, then there might be someone locally around here that just doesn't know that opportunity even exists.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, no, I kind of owe it to the sport, because I've gotten so much out of it, even though I had to self-fund a lot of it. I've still been able to go to countries I never even thought that I would be going to. I never thought I'd go to China, right? I was there in 2014 and traveled there. I'm just like, this is wild. And I'm there shooting with guns. Like, that's a whole other story, right? It's like, so to me, I'm like, I want to make sure that I can kind of pay it forward with a lot of that stuff. It's important.
Well, what's that saying? You shouldn't reinvent the wheel. Like, it's taken you however many years to get as good as you are. So rather than somebody else having to figure all this shit out, you can start them a couple of years ahead.
Yeah.
And then they can take it further. And like you're saying, it advances the sport.
Yeah. And I want to see that. I want to see Stuart beat my scores, beat me, and just do you
though?
It's gonna happen whether you like it or not.
You know what? So. It happened provincially, and I remember provincially there was a time where my buddy Tyler Johnson, he was a junior at the time, and he was just right on the cusp of breaking some records, and then he did it, and I'm like, but at the same time, I'm like, yes, he did it. Now it's like it just pushed it higher. So I don't know. It's exciting, right? I mean, records are meant to be broken.
100%. Yep. I think locally, like growing up at the shooting range, being in that junior scene, it's kind of sad right now because I was like going with a pack of kids and we're going up, and I competed with the kids, and they were the fun people to shoot against, when I was younger. And now when I look back at the range, it's like the junior program, there's not as many kids that are engaged, and it sucks because like who else am I going to try and teach my shooting skills to? They want me to become a local coach there, but it's like I need juniors that I can train, I can shoot. So
that's a tricky part.
I wish there was more of a local scene. Yeah. Oh, nice.
Drinks like a fish.
Well, okay. Just for the record, they're all not completely empty. I just wanted to. They got warmer. No, they got warmer and warmer. So there's 3 here, and it's like they got warmer and warmer. And I've got this beautiful bucket of ice.
I saw you do that earlier with the dumping on your head. I was like, "Is this guy mad? Like, what is he doing?"
No, I had a sip left on that one, but when you finish,
I saw some come down, dribble down your hat.
What an amateur!
That's why it's good to wear the hat this way, so it doesn't get in your eyes.
Just finish your beer like
a normal.
Okay, okay. So
that's a sip.
Do I have to prove these are all empty now? No, I'm just kidding.
I had actually a gun-related question. So Stuart, you mentioned earlier you shoot with your dad's gun. So your dad did something?
So my dad used to shoot about 5,000 rounds a year of just IPSC style match shooting and stuff. So what he did, he also had like an old air pistol from his grandfather. So on Saturday mornings, he'd take me to the range and I just shoot air pistol because when I'm 11 years old at that local club, I wasn't allowed to shoot any caliber. Like I was only allowed to shoot air. So I started that, and then I retired that pistol quickly, and then I bought my own. So I did buy my own, but it's expensive, and just going through university, trying to pay off university loans, or lack of right now, which is good. But that plus travel expenses for shooting, plus the initial, cry once, or what was it called again?
Buy once, cry once.
Buy once, cry once. That's right. Yeah. So that was bit of a hit, but there are some programs that help you, which helped me quite a bit. And now as a result of that, I'm self-sufficient, and I could, work pretty hard in the summers during co-ops and work and stuff, but I'm able to make it by with no loans and about $0 in the bank account for shooting. So yeah.
That's why we shoot 22s or air guns.
Yeah, air guns, and hopefully, I think next year, be shooting more 22. So I was in the process of getting my RPAL last year. Actually, I guess 2 years ago now. But I had my PAL course done. The RPAL was the next weekend. Everything closed down that weekend due to COVID. So I've been in this weird limbo waiting period of I want to get my RPAL. I want to be able to be allowed to transport my guns to the range and just to practice with it, because I don't have the capacity to shoot 22 at home, but I'm able to practice like air pistol and stuff at home. So hopefully I'll be able to shoot that soon. Yeah.
Fair enough. So are you in university currently?
Well, I'm in, I'm heading into 5th year. I'm getting old now.
I know, I'm 21.
You're getting old?
Yeah. 21 years old. Yep. And I'm in 5th year, 5th and final, for automotive engineering. So, it was a little rocky halfway through, just in terms of the cost of tuition, right? It's 13 grand a year, and I lived at home just to save money on that. So just pretty much saved every penny and used that towards shooting.
Well, the reason I'm asking is, do you have a university shooting club where you're at?
We don't, unfortunately. So I'm at a place called McMaster University.
I was just going to ask.
Okay.
A friend of mine, I interviewed him episode 4 of this, Noor. He has taken a doctorate at McMaster's. And last episode, we did just a university club episode. So we had a guy from Toronto. We had Michael Stone, who was here. He was representing UBC. And then we had a guy from BCIT, and they were talking about this. And after that episode, I got a message from Noor saying that he wants to start a club at McMaster's.
That's awesome.
That would be awesome. I've been looking. I haven't been idle in terms of that. It's been busy with school and stuff. But if there was a club there, I'd be.
I'll Facebook message you. I'll Facebook message you, and I'll add him to it, and then you guys can.
That'd be great. Yeah, because there's a Reddit post, if you're aware of the website, about McMaster 3 years ago was the last time there's any movement on that for people trying to get together. So it'd be nice to try and get that started again. There's interest, everyone I talk to, they oh, what do you do? What do you do? Oh, my hobby is I shoot. And they go, oh, really? What's that? And you tell them, and they go, that's pretty cool. Can you take me to the range sometime? And I go, well, not here, but
I know. That's pretty cool. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
No. Like,
exactly.
And I'll put you guys in contact, and you guys start something up.
Sweet.
I know. I messaged Dave about it, and I put Nora in contact with Dave because Dave's the president of all this stuff, and Dave was fucking thrilled about that. He's like, "It's happening. We're getting people now. The podcast is working."
That's great.
It's all working. I've been so impressed with everything that CUSF has been doing. It's just like fantastic. I've talked to Dave like a number of times, and it's just like so cool. I know that Sandra Honor, the president of the Shooting Federation of Canada, is on the board there with CUSF, and it's just like it's fantastic, right? It's just like, I don't know. I think one of the big things that needs to happen is just awareness about different things. Like when I got into this, I had no idea about shooting, and I had no interest in it. And it wasn't until my little brother was just like, you got to go, and I'm like, fine. And then I went and I did it, and I'm just like, this is awesome. But you know what? That's what it kind of takes, just like showing somebody what this is like, because it's like, what a beautiful sport. Like I've been all over the world and seen this, and just the
opportunity,
the opportunities, the level playing field, just so not to diss on any other sports, but there's a lot of sports which are very centric on just like how strong you are, or how far you can go, or how high you can jump, and those kind of things. With shooting, it's like, how accurate are you?
It's an equalizer, right? It doesn't matter who's standing on the other side of the trigger.
Old, young, doesn't matter. Yeah.
And that's why it's beautiful that ISSF and the Olympic program there have these mixed team shooting events, because I'm like, it is equal. When I look at, like, when I compete, and Stuart can agree to this too, when we go and we compete internationally, everyone is good. Doesn't matter where you're from, who you look like, what you believe in, or anything like that. It's like, you just shoot. You're trying to shoot that pin, and that's it. And we can all do it, right? And it's just awesome.
Exactly.
But we've got to take these little steps to get people to be able to be aware of that, because I was not someone who was going to join any sort of like sports teams in high school or anything like that. But shooting as an individual sport was something that I could do, and took a little while, but ended up doing it well. Stuart, you'll get there.
Clearly.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, thanks.
What's with the fucking shots fired here?
He's nervous. He knows what's going to happen.
That was intentional. Like, this whole love thing.
And then, just like, pop, 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 pop. Yeah. But one thing I wanted to touch base on real quick. Sorry to go back to not quite politics, but one thing I admired when I looked up, Al said, hey, do you want to hop on this podcast for Canadian University Shooting? I went, well, let me look at their Instagram. That's the first thing I hopped on, because that's our prime method of communication now. I admired how politically neutral it was, and it was just focused on the shooting and that. And then I said, yes, this is something I definitely want to be part of. So I really appreciated that. And I think that, just as I was mentioning earlier, sort of sharing that love of sport and like something to do that it's fun, it's safe, it's something everyone can do. I think that was like, it's a great thing to do, to raise awareness and make it easier for people to access. So
it should be mainstream. I mean, there's no reason it's not. Like, that's kind of what drew me to it, because I mean, I've been in and around the gun community a little bit, and being left wing, and I'm not shy about that. I mean, I've been on some gun groups, and they fucking hate me on there. But and I love the fact that I moderate one of the biggest gun groups on Facebook now as well. But and I don't give a shit, because the people who have issues with me, I don't care about them, because I'm trying to move this sport this interest. Not even the sport, like, it's a hobby for me. Like, I go shooting like a couple of times a year, maybe. That's, I mean, during COVID anyways. So I have this interest, but I mean, this isn't my life. It's an interest, but I see so many people doing it such a disservice, because they're trying to divide it. Well, they're trying to divide it along political lines, pro-gun, not pro-gun.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's no reason for it. And I've had friends on the podcast who are liberal gun owners, and they're fucking pissed off about what's happening. I don't want to get into politics here because I don't want Dave to axe this episode. But drink fuck.
Drink. Yep.
But I'm trying to keep this mainstream because in other parts of the world it is mainstream because it's just a sport.
Exactly.
Right.
It's true, So I've been when I was I've been to South Korea a few times for shooting, and that's a country where it's like the world champion is from there. He actually has the world record in 10-meter and 50-meter pistol. He's like Jungo Jin. He is like on a whole other level because he's just been, and he makes a living. Like he's professional now, right? I mean, he's got endorsements. Like he's huge in South Korea. It's like there's the cell phone cases where it's like, oh, that's the shooter. It's like,
no kidding.
Well, yeah,
it's like that's when you've made it. You're a cell phone case
because it's next to like Psy, the Gangnam Style guy, and it's like, what? These two are like, but like he's had this whole. I mean, he's got 2 world records and multiple gold medals and that kind of thing. And so it's like, yes, of course he's at that same level. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just different though because you can be there, and I remember being out with the team, and we were just out for dinner, and there's a TV in the bar, and the sports comes on, and they're going through different sports. Baseball's a big thing there as well. And all of a sudden, shooting highlights are coming on, and I'm like, what? We would never see this in North America. And I'm like, that's crazy. And then even in Europe, ESPN, one of their little divisions there in Europe, they have a deal with ISSF. They promote and broadcast a lot of the events on there. And I'm like, wow, how does this not happen in North America? I've even been in Mexico. And like, actually, just to change gears from shooting, how often do you even see archery on TV in Canada, or the US or whatever? Yeah. But I was in Mexico once, and I'm like, there's archery on TV on ESPN.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, that's my other thing. Like, I do archery as well. I really enjoy it, and there's definitely some transferable skills.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Yeah. I 100% agree. In fact, my entire shop process, I know that could be transferable. Obviously, there's a few changes or whatever, but the exact way that I would like the approach that I would take to a shot was like, okay, I take this number of breaths and do all this, aim, follow through all that. It's for sure archery, golf, even they're all transferable.
Yes.
I was kind of thinking that when you were talking about your follow through, because I watched, like, when I go to the archery range, I watch some of the like more competitive shooters. I mean, and they draw. Where's my phone?
Yeah.
They
don't shoot up. Don't shoot up. Whoa.
I know. They do their draw, and then it goes, and then everything kind of just falls.
Yeah.
But it's what am I trying
controlled,
to say here?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is and it isn't.
Yeah, I love the ones that in archery. Sorry to cut you off. The ones where they do that, and then they let it go, and then we do that little the whole bow kind of twirls around their hand. And
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because they have a string that kind of holds it.
Yeah.
Because what you do, I'm gonna show with the hand. You're not holding the bow. You're just kind of
Maybe move out of the way.
You kind of just bracing it.
Brace it.
Yeah.
So the thing just kind of falls because if you squeeze it, you're doing this.
Yeah. No, that's true. Absolutely true.
Yeah.
Did you just hit Starman? Sorry. Oh, that was.
Yeah, no, I hit Starman.
Damn it!
It's having a rough night.
Sorry, Eli.
All right. I gotta go eat. I have to go to bed. I'm so tired.
It's 10:30 for me. It's past my bedtime too. So.
Yeah.
Hey, so where are you? You're in BC here, right? So.
I'm in Lower Mainland. Yeah.
Yeah. God. I'm in the city tomorrow. We should go shoot sometime.
Yeah, we should. That's what Michael's been saying for a long time. Is what we should go shoot.
Okay. Stuart and I have been talking about. We've been trying to like set up a little training camp where him and I can just like spend like a week where he comes out to the BC, and then we just go to one of my local ranges here and just basically just train and shoot and just devote a week to just kind of wrapping up for a competition or something. So we might do this in September.
Hoping for the Pans.
Yeah. But no, it'd be awesome. I mean, hopefully before then, but when he's out in September, if we do this, it'd be great to get a bunch of people together, go shooting, put on a little not a show, but just kind of something instructional as well, and just.
Have you guys heard of Project Maple Seed?
I have, but I don't know what from.
It's
I have heard of that.
I'll send you the link. It was in the rifle episode, I think. Kelly, who runs the Slamfire Radio, she was our guest. She's been on twice, I think. She's coming on again this month. She's part of that. Project Maple Seed is a Canadian version of an American thing, which is like they put on shooting clinics to get people in into this. And what's the other one? The CPRS, the Canadian Precision Ribfire Series. He has a podcast now as well on Wednesdays. Rick, he's been a guest on here as well, and maybe you guys should coordinate.
Yeah.
But let's call that an episode.
Awesome.
I need some carbohydrates to soak this liquid up.
Good, yeah.
Hey, I can't emphasize. I really appreciate this opportunity to talk to you guys.
It's been fun. Yeah, this has been a fun
Thank
episode.
You so much.
So again, for the people who are still here 25 minutes later, you're giving beer to who?
I'll give a 4-pack of. Now I'm like trying to figure out the camera angle. I don't have the mirrored thing, so the 101 Tall Faller to the first 10 people who comment and follow me back on Facebook or or it's on Facebook Instagram. And YouTube.
I put this on Facebook and I put this on the CUSF Facebook. I can put it on.
Comments. You know what?
I'll leave it. I'll leave it on the CUSF Facebook and the CUSF YouTube.
If they want a 4-pack of IPA, I'll ship it to them. First 10 on each one. They just got to reach out because I'm not going to go digging. But
they have to. They have to comment and they have to get in contact with you.
Yep, you bet. Awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Allan.
Take good time.
And thank you very much for joining us, Stuart.
I appreciate it. It's been cool.
Yeah. Have a good night, guys.
Take care.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Bye.